Welcome to Tool Hut channel. Today we have a 2012 Ford Focus. It has several modules that do not communicate. The windows don't work. The cluster doesn't work. Well, a couple other things. Stand by. While you got a second, why don't you go ahead and click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if you want to be notified when stuff comes out. I welcome any questions or comments you may have down below. Okay, so today we have a 2012 Ford Focus. The cluster doesn't work, the dash doesn't work, windows don't work, the HVAC, when you first turn the key on, you just get a quick blast of air out of the dash, then periodically thereafter. But you can't communicate with the scan tool and you can't change what it does. Kind of weird stuff going on. I'm going to admit before we get started, I completely misdiagnosed this car the first time. So I wanted to go through the process with you of how I diagnosed it properly the second time. And we won't dwell on the first time. It is what it is. So let's get some stuff out and we'll kind of go, I'll kind of show you what I did here. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to show you the scan tool report. So there's a whole bunch of codes in here, but one thing you'll notice is there's not a whole lot of modules that are communicating. We've got a whole lot of stuff apart on this car where the shop has tried to figure out what's going on with it. Uh, I'm not going to dwell on all of these codes. I just wanted you to see that there's really not a whole lot going on here. So we're going to focus on a couple of these codes that'll help us diagnose this car. So we see we got a medium speed CAN bus communication, 3 medium speed CAN bus type codes. Not worried about the crash input, turn indicator, stuff like that. I'm not worried about. This car does start and run. It does drive. It just nothing else works. So let's get our all data open up here. You know the trick, right? Get the all data open here. So here is it's a 2012 Ford Focus. It's our car right there. So, when you get lots of stuff that doesn't work, you like to kind of take a different process, take a different thought with this. So, my thought is let's focus on this code here. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. But the power steering does work, so I'm not 100% concerned with that. The HVAC doesn't work. We could also do this 0164, but you'll see the method to my madness here. We can just pick one. I don't want to dwell on all of them. I want to pick one. The cluster is kind of the most important thing the customer is concerned with. So let's just type in 0155. Okay, so we see we got lost communication with instrument panel clusters. So yeah, it's kind of what we want to do. So I am not familiar with this system. I know that it's a medium speed CAN system, so let's just do a little bit of studying here right quick here. So this is an important picture here. So this is our ICANN. It goes out here, goes to the cluster, the touch screen, a whole bunch of stuff here. So not worried about the ICANN. Here's the high speed CAN lines. Again, I'm not concerned with those, but it's good to know what's on both lines. What I like to know is, okay, so the ICANN network also has the cluster on it. the high-speed can also has the body control module. I can communicate with the body control module. So what's that tell me? That more than likely I'm communicating with it on the scan tool on the high-speed can side, not the medium-speed can side. So our HVAC doesn't work. Our driver's door module doesn't work. The passenger door module is not equipped. The cluster doesn't communicate. So that tells me that it's trying to communicate with the cluster on the medium speed can and not the I can. So hope that makes sense to you. So the remote function actuator, not equipped. I'm not sure what this IPMB is, or it does not have a GPS. So let's close this up here. So let's see if we can see what these are. Image processing module. Okay, so that's going to be like your uh, backup camera, stuff like that. So it does not have that. So Ford also does a pretty good job of just kind of laying out what's on what bus for you. Again, I'm not going to go through all of these. I just wanted you to see that uh, there's good information in there. So the biggest thing I wanted to know is that right there. So my medium speed can has a resistor in the cluster and in the body control module. So you'll see where that is important here in just a second. So again, we're not going to spend a lot of time here. So we see that the network termination, it does use 120 ohm resistor. It looks like in every uh, can line, there's terminating resistors, which is good information because uh, I just need to know. That's like I said, that's good information for the diagnosis. So now I know when I go across the pins on my smart bob, no matter which can system I'm on, I should have 60 ohms. So here's each terminator has 120 ohm resistor, bridge across positive and negative 220 ohm resistors in a parallel circuit. Total network impedance or total resistance is 60 ohms. So the medium speed can is 125 bits per second. All right, so I think we got our information there. So let's go back to our car here. So I'm not going to go through these flow charts. I really got the information I needed right here to proceed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the vehicle here. And if you've been following my diagrams, you probably got a pretty good idea where I'm going. So we're going to go to information bus. It's not electric. So oh, let's do something different here. Sorry. Open that in a new tab. Open this one in a new tab. We're probably going to come back to that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do it that way. So I'll close these two off. I'll show you why I did that. And then we'll go to the electrical OE. And we're just going to have this kind of in the background because I want to show you a couple things here. So now I can open this up. The reason I just opened them both up is because ALLDATA does a pretty good job of when you uh, highlight a line, taking it across the two pages. So let's start with right here at our DLC. So that so 3 is medium speed and 11 is medium speed. So there's our three or our medium speed can lines. So I'm going to tell you right now, when I went across 3 and 11 with my Smart Bob, and I apologize I don't have a picture of it, it was 80 ohms. Now 80 ohms is kind of a weird number, right? It's 60 or 120. So what does the 80 ohms tell me? It tells me that I have a module that is affecting the bus, a module or a connector or something. More than likely, it's corrosion. So I'm going to highlight this one here. We're just going to kind of walk around the car here. So HVAC module. I don't know if that's the right AC module. We'll see in just a second. Splice goes everywhere, doesn't it? So this we got with GPS and without GPS. So this is going to be without a GPS car. With GPS. Okay, so we don't need that line because we don't have GPS. Okay, so this is a Sync Gen 1, by the way. So I don't think we're going to need that line either. So let's zoom out for a second and just see what we got here. There's our instrument cluster on the medium speed and the ICANN. ICANN's got that on it. And then our body control module's got our medium speed on it as well. It's not equipped with this image processing module. Passenger door module, also not equipped. Driver's door module, it is equipped with. Kind of weird little car. So, hopefully you can see that it's kind of a confusing network if you ask me. So, I got 80 ohms across 3 and 11. So, what I always like to do, I always like to break the system down in two. Now, this has a lot of splices in it. Not real concerned about the splices. I want a connector. And I don't really see a connector here. That's gonna, I mean, that's, I imagine that connector 339 is a door jamb. So I want to see if I can split the system in half between the cluster. So the cluster's got one of the resistors in it. And I don't know why they don't put, I mean, it'd be so easy to put a picture of the resistor right here. So everybody'd know where it was. Maybe I'm the only one that requests that. So, and then the body control module, oops, sorry. The body control module has the other resistor in it. So, it also has the high-speed CAN, which, like I say, I suspect that's the reason we can talk to it with the scanner, because it's talking on the high-speed line. Doesn't have a remote function actuator. I like to just kind of highlight what I've got. So, let's go back to our OE diagrams. So let's see if this will help us at all. So we got medium speed CAN right here from the data link connector. And then we go to 14.4. Let's just back up. I got confused. It's easy to do. So this goes to 14.4. Let's see where they're numbered. So it looks like it goes to the cluster on the medium speed here. Like I say, remember I'm looking for a connector. Oh, right here. What's this? C237. Looks like that'll break the system in half for me, doesn't it? Or down. So let's go to 14.5 and let's just see what this must be. I'm assuming this is 14.5. So we got driver's door module. Then it goes to the body control module. So C237 or C238, it looks like. So C238 will take the body control module off the bus. It looked like C237 will take the rest of this off the bus. So let's just see if we can find C237. Let's go back here. Let's put this in a different tab. Oops, did it again. So let's go up here. C237. Okay, so it's a pretty good size connector. Let's see if we can find it. C237 behind dash on passenger side. And then C238 is also behind the dash. So let's pull this up here and zoom in. So C237, this is the center console. There's a connector. C238, they're both right here. One's a smaller connector. So let me show you C238. Oops. Let's do C238. It is a smaller connector. It does have a lot of pins in it, but it's not near as populated as the other one was. So we're going to go to locations here again, C238. For some reason it doesn't show it, but it's real close to, because they're real similar in number. They're right here together. I'm not going to go through. I did find it. They're both right here together. So the point is, when I disconnect this C237, the resistance on the DLC goes to 120 ohms. And that's good because that tells me that my problem, it tells me the left side of the vehicle, if you will, the cluster and the HVAC module is not where my problem is. My problem is over on the side with the body control module and the all the connectors and stuff for the passenger door module. Oh, that's right. It's not equipped with passenger door module. So hopefully that's helpful. Let's get this back up here. So let's see here. I want to see something real quick here. Passenger door module C340. 339. I think those are the door jamb connectors. I could be wrong. Let's just see. 340, 339. So the next thing I do is I take the body control module out and I measure the resistance across the pins on the body control module, pins 40 and 41. And I have 120 ohms on that, which I suspected, by the way. So, couple things you have to keep in mind is sometimes these vehicles are not equipped, like it's not equipped with this passenger door module, but maybe there's a connector there. Maybe our problem is at this passenger door module. So, I know that the resistance problem is not in my body control module. It does not have this module. So essentially, we're right here at this 310 and 312. These are on the floor on the passenger side of the vehicle. So this one right here is where I'm going to focus. So if I cut, yes, I said cut the wires right here going to this passenger door module, my resistance goes on the with the connector unplugged with my meter at this C237 or 238, I don't remember which, but anyway, it's the same point. With this connector unplugged and my meter here across 8 and 9, I have 120 ohms after I cut these wires. I have 80 ohms before I cut them. So my problem is this vehicle's not equipped with a passenger door module, but somewhere there's corrosion or something in the wiring that goes up to a part that this vehicle's not equipped with. It's kind of crazy. I did not get a picture of the connector. I couldn't get up in the dash far enough without pulling it all the way back to figure out where it went. Everything works on this vehicle after I cut these two wires. I know it sounds crazy because it doesn't affect anything on the car, but it had this whole car acting like it was possessed. I hope it was interesting. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more videos like this. Have a great day. While you got a second, why don't you go ahead and click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if you want to be notified when stuff comes out. I welcome any questions or comments you may have down below.